Hello again, DJ here. Today we're going to look at the new privacy and data options Apple has added to the appleid.apple.com website. Due to the passing of the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, in the EU, many international companies, like Apple, have had to overhaul their privacy statements and provide users in the EU with special controls over their data usage. Back in spring of this year, Apple released a new set of privacy controls for the EU. These controls allowed them to download any information that Apple had on them, correct any misrepresented information, suspend their accounts, and if necessary, delete them entirely. Early this month, Apple has released these controls for US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. This is great news that Apple is providing these tools, even in locations that don't require it by law. To find these new tools, one must head to appleid.apple.com and log in. You'll be asked to either provide a security answers or if you have two-factor authentication turned on, you'll need a code that will be sent to one of your Apple devices. When you logged in, you will find yourself on the main Apple ID page. From here, you can do many account actions. By the way, if you're interested in me making a movie on these options, please let me know in the comments section. To find the privacy controls, you must scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. Click on Manage Your Data and Privacy. You will be asked to log in a second time with the same 2 steps of authentication you did before. Once logged in, you will be at the Privacy and Data page, which is divided into 4 sections. The first section is Get a Copy of Your Data. Here, you can request all the data that Apple stores in their servers. App Store, iTunes Store, iBook Store, Apple Music Activity, Apple ID account and device information, Apple Online and Retail Stores activity, Apple Care support history, repair requests, and more. Even Apple Pay activity and other data. I've actually made the request here to find out what this actual other data is. You can also get a copy of the actual iCloud Drive and iCloud email and iCloud photos. This can be done in chunks ranging from 1 gigabyte to 25 gigabytes, whichever is more convenient. The only surprise here, though, is that it is mentioned that requests can take up to 7 days to complete due to security concerns. The second section is Correct Your Data. This section is just a link back to appleid.apple.com where you can correct the data that Apple has on file for you. Also a link to apple.com to update billing and order information is also provided. Third is Deactivate Account. In here, you can temporarily suspend your account. Some interesting things to note are that any repairs in progress with Apple or online orders will continue. Messages, email, and notifications will stop. Also, in-store reservations for Genius Bar and Today at Apple sessions will be canceled. So it is important also here to take a look at the FAQ provided. Fourth and finally is Delete Your Account. This section is most important to read carefully, and I would recommend reading the FAQ that Apple provides. To explain these options simply, all content that is connected to or provided by Apple will be deleted. Similarly to deactivation, orders and repairs in progress are not affected. The items that are affected are all purchases that are done through the App Store and iTunes Store. Both have a type of digital rights management, or DRM. This software stops illegal copying of copywritten digital items. When the account is deleted, the user loses all access to any items that have DRM on them. For example, if you bought a song from iTunes, it comes with DRM that links to your Apple ID. Without the Apple ID account, whenever the DRM software goes to check and make sure the corresponding Apple ID is valid, it would come up empty and lock the song. This also applies to apps that need to be re-downloaded from the App Store or movies from the iTunes Store. In closing, it is great that Apple has added tools for users to be able to control their private information. But with this comes the responsibility to understand how these systems work. Hopefully this tutorial has helped you, and if so, please check out my channel and subscribe to future tutorials and other helpful content. Also, check out my blog at djfootsteps.wordpress.com. This has been DJ, and have a nice day.